title of this video is a joke. Please don't come for me. I know I'm the ugly cousin, okay? Okay? Hi. It's been like 1,000 years since I've filmed a video. Reason one being my laptop just kind of crapped out on me. Reason two, I had recorded a video in July and then my laptop decided to yeet itself, so that video file was gone and I spent like 8 hours editing it, so every fiber of my motivation just kind of disappeared after that. But it's November now. I did buy a new laptop. I got myself a brand new 2019 MacBook Pro, hashtag treat yourself. So yeah, I'm ready to film a video. Please ignore this mess that is my room. I'll clean it someday, maybe. Also, let's ignore my roots. They are disgusting. I think my last video was dyeing my hair blue. I quickly dyed my hair brown later at the end of the month and I don't feel like touching up my roots, so we're gonna deal with this like 3-inch band today. So I've already moisturized. Since this is full glam, I am gonna be using primer. I don't usually use primer, but we're gonna use primer today. This is the Milani Prime and Shield. I don't really know if I like this because I don't use it too often, but I'm gonna use it. My hands are extremely ashy, so I'm sorry. This is one of those like silicone based primers, so I'm hoping it'll make this look last all day. It is not Thanksgiving yet. Thanksgiving is tomorrow, but I'm filming this on Wednesday. Now, I am still a foundation before brows kind of person. If you're not, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you haven't joined the superior side. So I've kind of been on a foundation brush kick lately, if that's what you want to call it. I've been using like a flat top kabuki. So I recently just bought this. This is the Ordinary Serum Foundation. I'm in the shade 2.0 YG. I really like the finish of this. Like, it's matte, but it's like a demi matte, if that's what you want to call it. One pump is usually enough for my face. It is pretty watery. I'm not going for super full coverage today, but I really like this foundation because the finish is really nice. Just gonna brush it in. I'm gonna clip away my hair before someone freaks out. So while I'm blending this in, let's talk about my life. So I just started my junior year of college this fall and shit's whack. I am in a program, so I'm currently taking a graduate level anatomy course and I kind of want to kill myself. I live and breathe anatomy at this point and I'm scared. So you can see how this foundation like isn't super matte and I really like that. So for concealer, I'm going to be using my Maybelline. So I'm going into my ColourPop No Filter concealer. This is in the shade Light 18. My face looks a little, do I look kind of round today? Just under my eyes. So I'm not going to be using a brush for my concealer. I'm just going to use my Real Techniques sponge. Just kind of dab that in. All right. I noticed that I do that a lot. That like, was it kissing your teeth? Is that what it's called? And it's gross. Whenever I edit my videos, I have to cut out like every 3 seconds. I hate it. I don't know why I do that. That's gross. I don't even know if I do it in real life or if I only do it in this video. And I hope I don't do it in real life because that's really embarrassing. So recently I've stopped setting my face with the sponge and the powder. I've really just been enjoying like dewy kind of makeup recently and like the makeup where it kind of looks like it's settled into your skin. I haven't done like super matte full coverage in a hot minute. I'm just gonna be taking some of my Coty Airspun powder and I'm basically just gonna brush this under my eyes. Yeah, so I haven't set under my eyes with the sponge in a while. I just kind of like the look that, you know when you wear makeup like throughout the day and your skin, I don't want to say oily, but it kind of like settles into your skin and it looks a little bit more natural. I've kind of been obsessed with that, so I'm just gonna set it with a little bit of powder. Obviously, if you are a little bit more oily, then just go ahead and set it with the sponge and bake and whatever, all that. I've been trying to avoid like Instagram kind of style makeup for the past like 2 months. I mean, obviously, like I still do it when like I'm going to events and stuff because it looks really good in pictures, but I've been trying to embrace some more like, I guess more like professional makeup artist techniques, but I mean, I'm doing an Instagram beat in this video, so I'm kind of contradicting myself. Oh well. So I have been trying a new brow technique. So I like to use my brow gel first. This is just my ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. So basically what I'm doing is setting down the hairs first, and I'm really just trying to brush that product in. I am running out of this a little bit, so it's not going to be super opaque, but I'm just going to run this through my brow hairs, really get it in there. And before that dries, I like to take this kind of like brush end. This brush is absolutely filthy, I'm sorry. I like to take this brush end and just kind of flatten out the hairs to my skin. I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the other side. I do have my contacts in today. I finally got a new prescription. The last time I went to the eye doctor was 2017, so I finally have an updated contact prescription. And then brush them down before they dry. I apologize if I'm a little bit quieter today. My dad is sleeping for work, so I'm trying not to cause a ruckus. So I've got that. I am going to fill in the edges with my ColourPop Precision Brow Color. This is in the Blonde Moment shade. They already kind of fucked up, that's okay. I have been drawing my brows a little bit thicker recently, and that is mainly because I'm too lazy to pluck them. So I just kind of turn all the stray hairs into a new look. So if I look a little Wolverine-ish today, that's why. And my sister even said that my brows have been more straight recently, and that's not even on purpose. Like, she thought I was going for that Korean brow look, and no, it's just because I don't pluck my brows. My posture is absolutely horrendous. That is way too thick. Hold on. Okay, so that's my first eyebrow, kind of. Because my brows take like 10 minutes alone, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this other one off camera. See ya.
I hate myself.
Bye.
Oh, I hate myself.
That's about as even as they're gonna get today. I just closed the palette on my finger. Fuck. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes. This is just the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the anti-aging formula. Is it not wild that there are people out there that don't put on eyeshadow primer? And even more wild that there's people that don't need it? If I don't put on eyeshadow primer, my eyeshadow falls off in like an hour. Consider yourselves lucky. Please ignore how disgusting my nails are. I'm just a mess. My hair's fucked up. My eyebrows are fucked up. My nails are fucked up. Sometimes I'm sorry that the lighting keeps changing. I do film with my iPhone. That should explain everything. So I am gonna be a little bit boring today, and this is gonna be a fall makeup tutorial. So I'm gonna be using a bunch of browns and oranges. Boring, I know. So I am going to be using the Brown Sugar ColourPop palette. This has basically been my favorite neutral palette recently. So I'm just gonna take like a big fluffy kind of blending brush. I'm just gonna go into the shade Chai right up here. And this is just gonna be like a transition shade. So that's gonna go into my crease. Kind of blend it out everywhere. Nothing too crazy. I did not carve out my brows today. I feel like carving out your brows is overrated. Like, it's a nice step, but it is one of those things that I'm kind of veering away from. After that, I'm gonna be going, I did it again. Okay, so I'm gonna be going into Amber, which is this kind of burnt orange shade up here. And that's going to go on my outer corners and kind of my outer V area. Don't wanna bring it up too close to the center of my eye. Just kind of blend that on the outside. I really miss filming. I should do this way more. Like, I tried to get into the habit of it, and I think I did pretty well, and then my laptop just kind of crapped out on me. So now that I finally have a new laptop, I can get back to making videos, which I enjoy. It is fun just kind of talking to myself in the mirror and doing my makeup. So now that I've got this kind of like orangeness, I'm going to darken it up a little bit. I'm gonna go into the shade Chalk down here. So I am angling my eyeshadow a little bit into more of like a, I am kind of like angling it, not rounding out the shape too much. I'm gonna put a little bit more to darken it. So I do want to bring the dark shade a little bit kind of closer into my eyes. I'm gonna use this smaller blending brush. This is the Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush. I'm going back into that same shade, and I'm just gonna bring it closer in a little bit more. So kind of like the outer third of my eye instead of the outer quarter, which is kind of what I was doing. Math, just to get like a nicer fade. And then just going back and blending the edges again. Now, I did want to go for like a cranberry kind of plum look, but I don't think I have that kind of shade, which is surprising because I own so many palettes. Ah, I lied. I found one. This is the Masquerade by Juvia's Place, although I no longer support this brand, but I already gave them my money like a year ago, so I'm going to use this up as best as I can. So I'm just going to be going into the shade Calabar, which is this kind of nice purpley plum kind of cranberry-ish color. The red? Okay, maybe not cranberry. Plum.
No.
I'm just going to be using this flat shader brush. So I'm basically just going to be putting this all over my lid. So with that, I'm just gonna blend out the edges. I'm actually just gonna use my finger and just pat that onto my lid. Get way more color payoff this way. And do that to the other side. I do really wanna like diffuse the edges of this color, so just really blend it into your crease. If it looks a little muddy now, that's okay. We're just gonna darken it up. So now that it looks like I've gotten punched, I'm going to go into the shade Henna, which is kind of like this cool very, very cool, very, very dark brown. I wouldn't say it's a black. So we're just gonna go along the outer edge. So I'm not really blending this into the outer V specifically. I'm more so just going along the entire outer third of my eye and kind of like this like blocky kind of shape. Gonna do the same on the other side. So I do want the color darkest towards my lash line, so I'm just gonna bring this one down a little bit more. So basically what I'm gonna be doing now is just kind of layering that same shade over and over until I kind of get the darkness that I want. Because I do want this look to be pretty smoky along the outside. So I'm just going back and packing that same shade on top of itself to kind of darken it up. And then just blending those edges again. So I kind of like how that's coming out. I'm gonna be putting a glitter on top to be extra. This is the Stila Glitter and Glow Illuminator. It's important to note this is not the liquid eyeshadow, which is a different formula. This one's a little bit more oily, so if it fucks up my eyeshadow, oh well. This is in the color Painted Lady. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a kind of pinkish tinted gold. Basically, what I'm gonna be doing, I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. Gonna get some onto my finger, and I'm really just gonna diffuse this all over my eyelid. So I'm not focusing this like a lid color. I'm basically going all over my lid. So I'm not packing this as like a small lid color. I do want it to diffuse out. Try not to get any big clumps. I'm not gonna bring it out onto the outer part of my eye. Just kind of focus it on the inner 2/3. So I really like that sheen it gives when you turn your head. And then I'm just gonna do the same for the other eye. The trick is to not have too much on your finger. Okay, I'm gonna be bringing this a little bit higher than my crease. So almost even to my brow bone. Bring it up really high and really just kind of spread it out. With that, I am going to be doing my lower lash line. I'm just gonna take the shade Chalk again and just kind of run it under my lash line. This is a dangerous game I'm playing with my contacts in. Then on the other side, bringing it in pretty far. I want this to be a pretty smoky kind of look. And then I am just kind of blend out the bottom edge just so that it's not so harsh. Give myself a little bit of a raccoon eye. I am going to be taking the glitter again, and I'm basically just going to run this along the middle of my lash line and then just kind of spread it out with my finger. Before I forget, I am going to highlight my inner corner, because why not? I'm going to use this shade Giza right here, which is kind of like this pearlescent kind of pink. I'm just going to put that along my inner corners. I don't want anything too drastic. Don't really want a blinding inner corner right now. Just a little something. Then I am going to line my eyes. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner in black. Nothing too crazy. This is completely not the eyeliner look I was going for, but whatever. Guess I gotta match it to the other side now. What the heck? How do I do that? Genuinely, I don't know. How do I do that? Oh, I don't like this. I don't know why doing my left eyeliner is so much harder. Like, it feels like I can't see what I'm doing. I guess it's because I'm right-handed. I guess we're rolling with it. So I'm just gonna put on some lashes. I bought these off AliExpress. This is in the style SD30. I get asked a lot about what lashes I use, so I'll just put the link to where I buy these in the description. I feel so fancy saying that. Like, I feel like a real YouTuber. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop a pair of these on. Okay, lashes are on, or I would hope so. My inner corners are kind of fighting me, but whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face using my trusted Lorac Pro contour kit. I'm gonna use the medium shade. As you can tell, it's my favorite one. Gonna go along my cheekbones. Nothing too drastic. My face is looking a little round lately, so of course my forehead and down my jawline. If you're wondering why I'm looking like up so much, it's because there's a mirror right behind where I have my phone. And then for the sides of my nose, I'm just gonna be using this tapered kind of eyeshadow brush, and I'm going into the lighter shade and just kind of tracing that down. I don't like when only the complete outside of my face is the darkest. Gonna bring it in a little bit more. Just want a little bit of definition on my nose. So that's subtle, but I notice it, so I like it. Just to be sure, just gonna go over the edges. I have been absolutely obsessed with bronzer lately. Like, I've always enjoyed bronzer, but I've really been using it a lot more lately. This is my favorite one. If you can't tell, I'm almost out of it. This is the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. And I'm just gonna bring this higher than where my contour is, just to kind of give my face a little bit of warmth because the contour is so cool toned. Almost like a blush. Just bring that higher. I really like just like the kind of color it gives my face. So it's not like a contour in the sense where it brings shadow to your face, but it just kind of brings a little bit of color and a little bit of warmth, especially if you're like me and you've been pretty pale since school started. And then just kind of the center of my forehead, along my chin. I'm gonna be using a Laura Geller Baked Blush. This is in the shade Maui. Just gonna put that. I'm gonna bring it a little more towards the center of my face. Give myself some color. And then a little bit along my nose. I feel like it like ties the eye look together somehow. And then for highlight, I'm just gonna be using my Anastasia Glow Kit. This is in the That Glow palette. I'm just gonna mix these two shades together. I feel like they're like almost the same, so it really doesn't matter. So I kind of like the Rihanna technique where you kind of highlight almost your whole cheek. So not just like one like line. I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit further. It just makes you look super glowy. And then of course up to my temples a little bit. So you can bring it down pretty far, but just don't bring it past your eye, because I feel like once you start bringing it too close to the center of your face, it just kind of like drags your face down. Like I feel like it makes you look older and not really in a flattering way. I mean, highlight however you want, but then of course I'm going to highlight my nose. I know a lot of people are against highlighting the tip of your nose. People say like, oh, it makes your nose look more bulbous. Why would you want that? But I think I have a pretty cute nose, so I like highlighting it. To each his own. So I don't remember who I learned this trick from, but I'm going to be misting my face and then pressing it in with my sponge. Basically what it does is just kind of like binds everything together. I don't know what it does scientifically, but I feel like when you press it in with the sponge, it looks so good. Really get that in there. And then I'm just gonna be taking like the flat side that I haven't used any product yet and just kind of press the setting spray into my skin. And then I'm just gonna do another round of that. Okay, and then just press that in. I feel like it just kind of like melts your foundation together. Like, I don't know what it is, but it looks so good. It looks a lot better than when you just spray your face and let it dry. So for lips, I'm going for a kind of pinkish, kind of brown nude kind of color. This is Cami by ColourPop. It's one of their lippy sticks. I absolutely love their lippy sticks. I don't have chapstick on because I'm gross. I thought this was gonna be a little bit more brown, but I guess we're going for pink today. Okay. So that completes this makeup tutorial, if you want to call it a tutorial. I'm kind of feeling this look. Okay, so that completes this makeup look. Hope you enjoyed it. I promise I will get back into making videos. I really miss this. So hope you enjoyed this look. My Instagram and Twitter accounts are down in the description if you want to follow me. I don't post too often on there because I only post my makeup looks and I don't do Instagram specific makeup looks that often. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this look. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm at like 400 something subscribers, which is pretty crazy. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me, even though I haven't uploaded since like July, but you know, whatevs. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving, whether you celebrate it or not. And if you're indigenous, fuck Christopher Columbus. Anyways, have a great holiday. Hope you guys have a nice day. Bye.